Here at the Tegral manufacturing plant in Athy, slates are randomly sampled from the production line for laboratory testing. A full range of robust tests is carried out to demonstrate that Tegral slates are fully compliant with the international standard EN 492/2004. To comply with this standard, our fibre cement slates must pass a series of rigorous tests designed to ensure that the slate will perform well when placed on the roof and can withstand all that Mother Nature has to throw at it. These tests cover product strength, the ability to withstand continuous wetting and drying cycles, and continuous freezing and thawing. The ability of Tegral slates to withstand storm force winds and their performance in the event of a fire has been tested by a specialist laboratory in Chicago. Tegral is the only manufacturer of fibre cement slates in Europe to be certified to the very rigorous American Underwriters Laboratories standard. All of these tests are designed to push the product to its limit and are much more severe than the normal weather cycles encountered in Ireland. In the Tegral laboratory, highly trained and qualified personnel carry out many different tests to ensure that Tegral slates fulfill requirements of the highest international standards and thereby achieve the highest quality and performance on the roof. The most important tests undertaken in the Tegral laboratory on an ongoing routine basis are flexural strength, heat rain simulation, FreezeThaw simulation. Flexural strength. Flexural strength of a fibre cement roof slate is important as the slate must be able to withstand the forces imposed on it by strong winds and other weather variations which we are all too familiar with here in Ireland. This strength is determined by applying a force to randomly sampled slates and by determining the maximum force required to break the slate. From this test result, the bending moment of the slate is calculated. The breadth of experience acquired by Tegral over many years of manufacturing in Ireland and its climate dominated by Atlantic weather fronts is that for slates to perform well on roofs, they need to be manufactured to give high bending moments. Tegral has its own internal bending moment standard, which is higher than that required by the international standards. Tegral slates made to this standard have been determined to perform excellently on roofs in Ireland. In short, Tegral slates are stronger slates. Heat rain simulation. Roof materials are constantly exposed to varying weather conditions. In Ireland, our summers are, unfortunately, often wet with showers interspersed with sunshine. Because the slate surface is dark in colour, it absorbs heat from the sun, which can cause surface temperatures of the slate to reach 50 or 60 degrees centigrade. This cycle of heating and cooling and wetting and drying can adversely affect the slate's surface, and so your roof slate must be capable of dealing with such weather variations. To ensure that our slates can deal with such variations, Tegral subject randomly selected slates to a rigorous heat rain simulation test. This test is performed on a test roof fitted with Tegral slates, which is constructed in accordance with the Irish Code of Practice for Slating and Roofing, ICP 2/2002. The simulation usually begins with the rain cycle. The roof is drenched with water for 3 hours to simulate torrential rain. At the end of this cycle, the roof is examined and assessed. This roof is then heated to a surface temperature of 70 degrees centigrade and is maintained at this temperature for 3 hours. This represents a higher degree of heat exposure than occurs naturally. After the heating cycle is complete, the test roof is closely assessed by our laboratory team with measurements taken and recorded. This cycle of simulated torrential rain, followed by simulated baking sunlight, is repeated a total of 50 times. Subjecting our slates to this test and completing it successfully ensures that Tegral slates will perform under any weather conditions in Ireland. FreezeThaw simulation. Winter temperatures in this country can vary significantly over short periods of time. In the harsh winter of 2010-2011, temperatures as low as -18 degrees centigrade were recorded in Ireland. To ensure that these extreme conditions do not adversely affect our slates, the laboratory team at Tegral subject fibre cement slates produced at the Athy plant to repeated freezing followed by immediate thawing. The slates are frozen down to -20 degrees centigrade and are then immediately warmed to +20 degrees centigrade in water. This test continues for numerous cycles, at the end of which the product is thoroughly assessed. The freezing temperature used in this test is seldom, if ever, encountered in Irish winters, and the repeated freezing and thawing simulates conditions that are even more destructive than what Mother Nature provides. Surviving these extremes proves the strong endurance properties of Tegral slates. Many other tests are carried out in the laboratory in Athy to ensure that Tegral slates are manufactured to the highest standards and offer exceptional levels of product performance for our customers. Other such tests include those for water permeability, paint adhesion, and paint film thickness. A range of tests is also carried out at various stages of the production process, including tests for thickness, density, and moisture content. Also, at each stage of the manufacturing process, a full and comprehensive quality system is maintained, including visual inspections to ensure the highest quality standards are achieved. We know that our customers want assurances that the product they choose will perform on the roof, and do so for a very long time. This is why, in addition to all of the quality control testing carried out in Athy, Tegral have also constructed numerous test roofs on which they install their slates for long-term exposure to the natural environment. These test roofs are located in various parts of the country and are regularly inspected to assess the impact that weather has had on the product over time. All of these tests, which go far beyond the worst extremes that Irish weather can bring, prove that Tegral slates provide the best protection against the elements and will continue to do so for a very long time. Remember, only Tegral slates are tested in Ireland for Irish weather conditions.